my dear Hillsiders. Here we are, back with another project, and this time it's hands-on. Yes, we're gonna paint. Yes, and we're gonna paint, you know what? You know what? Can you see behind me? Who is that guy? We know him, right? That is Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah, Vincent Van Gogh. Van Gogh was one of the most amazing artists that ever lived, right? He painted tons and tons of paint. And you know what? It's very peculiar about Vincent Van Gogh. He never sold a painting. As a matter of fact, he sold one while he was alive. And then he was so sad that he ended up dying young, okay? And that's because at the time, he suffered with some diseases that today are treatable, and at that time it wasn't, so that's a shame. But anyway, let's talk about his beautiful work that he left for us, okay? Now, Vincent Van Gogh, one of the things that made the work of Vincent Van Gogh very, very unique is that he started to use color right outside of the tube, okay? So before him, people used to mix a lot and put, the right color. So Van Gogh, he was interested in color. So what he would do is he would charge things with color. He would, like, his yellows are really yellow, and his oranges are really orange, and his blues are really blue. So he kind of moved away from using colors that were not really alive. So his painting has a lot of movement. If you have seen his Starry Night, right? See the Starry Night here? So this Starry Night, it has so much movement that you can even see like the stars moving, right? There is motion. It's kind of like, imagine yourself peeking at the window and looking at the sky, and you can see shooting stars, you can see clouds passing by the wind, with the wind. So that's what Van Gogh tried to bring with his strong brush strokes and his beautiful colors. So he made everything very colorful. Look at his face. You see his face here? Right? He has many versions. This is called a self-portrait. A self-portrait is when you paint yourself. I mean, don't paint yourself, but when you make a painting of yourself. Okay? So Van Gogh has many self-portraits. And do you think Van Gogh was orange and yellow like that? Probably not. But he even had like his face painted green. So that was made unique, very, very unique of Van Gogh. Okay? I'm also going to put there a little movie for you, Maddie and Dada, so check it out, okay, because Van Gogh is pretty cool. So what are we going to do is we're going to try to make our own version, okay, of the sunflower. Yes, Van Gogh loved to paint flowers, and especially sunflower. He has a series that means more than one, that he painted of sunflowers. This is just one of them, okay? So when I move you to the table and you start painting, right? One thing I want you to keep in mind is make it very colorful, okay? We're not copying Van Gogh. Remember, we don't want to copy him. Van Gogh was a master, and it will take too long to try to copy him. We're looking for his inspiration. So we wanted to make our own Van Gogh. Okay, so thanks to him, we get the inspiration and we can do it. All right, so are you ready to Van Goghing? Van Goghing, that's pretty good, Mr. Souza. Where'd you get that one? Whatever. Let's move to the table and let's Van Gogh together. Okay, here we go. So the first thing we have to do is we have to draw the vase, okay, the pot. So we're going to start with the smile at the bottom. Okay, so kind of a smile, all right? Then two lines are going to come up of that smile to create the flower pot or vase, whatever you want to call it. See? Two. Then, right in the middle, we're going to put another smile. Okay? See, look. Another smile about the middle. Okay? Now you have to find the place between those two to draw the table. See, look. One line on each side, but make sure that line is straight so it looks like you have a table and a background. Let's paint now. like my Van Gogh? It's pretty good, right? Well, now, look, one thing that is important when you're painting, okay? Let it dry when you want to put one paint on top of the other, okay? Now, what I could do is, I could add yellow again if I wanted, okay? I could add a little green here and there, okay? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it up to you, okay? Now, try to make your background a very, very light blue because this will bring the flowers even more up, okay? Now, I like the yellow or a light color here better, okay? But in my big project, as you see, I use the darker color. It looks pretty good too, okay? But I think this one, it brings more alive. But you know, it's up to you, okay? Now, don't use too much black. Remember, when you're mixing up and you wanted to do that darker yellow, it has to be a little tiny drop of black. Then, when you finish everything is dry, use a Sharpie just to show the table and the bottom of the pot, okay? That's what I did here. That's what I did here, okay? So you can choose if you wanted to do the big or the small one. Now, one thing about the small one is that if you remember, I did the background first, okay? I like to do the background first because then I paint it over, but you have to let it dry. Now, if you don't feel like, you wanted to do everything at once, then use the plan for the big one. So you paint the flowers first, and then you do the background, okay? So choose one or other, and go ahead, create your own Van Gogh. Okay, now, so I'm looking forward to see your Van Gogh, okay? And talk to you later. Goodbye, everybody.